I gave everyone in my family their dream gift. Now everyone hates each other. Best Christmas ever. Every year since I could remember, my parents had each kid to spend $50 of their own allowance on a gift for every sibling. You would think that's sweet. However, my older brother and sister both got $100 a month allowance. I was 12 and got $20 a month because I was the youngest. So every Christmas, they spent pocket change while I emptied my entire savings. The first year I participated, I spent weeks finding my sister, Zara, the exact watercolor set she wanted. Then I found my brother, Trevor, the sneaker cleaning kit he wouldn't shut up about. Christmas morning, Zara said, "Oh cool," and handed me a phone case that didn't fit my phone. Trevor gave me a book about fishing. I've never fished in my life. 2 weeks later, Zara knocked on my door. "Hey, since that phone case didn't fit, I'll just keep the gift I got you so it doesn't go to waste." I said sure because I was young and didn't realize I was signing up for a yearly scam. This became tradition. Every single year I'd spend hours finding thoughtful gifts. Every single year my siblings would grab whatever they really wanted. Then 2 weeks later, they'd reclaim their own gifts because I didn't appreciate them anyway. My parents thought this was genius. "Your siblings are just smarter than you," Dad would laugh. "Maybe next year you'll learn to play the game." Mom would add, "It's natural selection, honey. Adapt or lose." They genuinely believed they were raising geniuses instead of teaching their kids to be selfish. Trevor started bragging at dinner about how every gift he'd ever given me was sitting in his room right now. Zara was worse. She told me her favorite part of Christmas was watching me get excited over things that were never really mine. One year I opened a jersey with Trevor's name on the back. Another year I got a purse Zara had been eyeing for months. When I complained, Mom said, "Stop being so materialistic." Meanwhile, my siblings were wearing the cashmere scarves I'd saved 3 months to buy them. Gifts I actually picked out for them. Gifts they actually got to keep. Dad pulled me aside that year. "You know, if you were smarter, you'd figure out how to win." So I decided to get smarter. I worked odd jobs all year. Mowed lawns, walked dogs, saved every birthday dollar my grandparents sent me. By December, I had enough. I spent 11 months researching my family like I was writing their FBI profiles. Mom wanted a high-end skincare set she'd been hinting about. Dad was obsessed with a vintage record from his favorite band. Trevor was desperate for noise-canceling headphones. Zara would kill for a designer makeup palette. I found everything, purchased everything, wrapped everything, and wrote down a very specific name for each gift. Christmas morning, I sat in the corner with my hot cocoa, watching the chaos unfold. Dad opened his gift first. It was Zara's dream makeup palette. His face twisted in confusion. Zara's jaw dropped, and she said, "That's the exact palette I've wanted for months. Dad, can I have it?" Dad clutched it to his chest. "No, this is mine now. It might be worth something on eBay." Zara's eye twitched. Zara opened hers next. Trevor's noise-canceling headphones. Trevor shot up from the couch. "Those are the exact ones I wanted." "Zara, please?" Zara slid them on and shrugged. "These are nice. I'll use them for my podcasts while I meditate." I've never seen Trevor not have something to say. Mom opened her gift next. Dad's vintage record. Dad went pale and said, "That's a first pressing. Worth hundreds." Mom examined it, smirking. "I kind of like having something you want this badly." Trevor got Mom's high-end skincare set. Mom gasped. "That serum costs $200. Trevor, you don't even wash your face." Trevor grinned. "Maybe I'll start, or maybe I'll sell it, like Dad's doing with Zara's makeup." The room erupted into chaos. Everyone had someone else's dream gift and nobody would trade because trading meant admitting they weren't the smartest person in the room. Dad offered Mom $60 for the record. She countered with the palette plus cash. Zara refused to surrender the headphones unless Trevor gave up the skincare and apologized for calling her podcast boring last Thanksgiving. Trevor said he'd rather moisturize out of spite. Mom got pissed because Zara made a play for the moisturizing set. For 3 hours, my family, who spent years calling me stupid, completely destroyed themselves because none of them could outsmart their own egos. They were too busy fighting to even look at me. Zara eventually stormed off with the headphones. Dad took the palette to his office. Mom hid the record in her car. Trevor started Googling skincare resale values. I finished my cocoa. The following year, nobody mentioned the gift exchange. Trevor and Zara gave me actual presents I actually wanted. Turns out my parents were right all along. I just needed to get smarter.